Good to see you. Thanks for coming on board. Tumbleweed here, the good guy with the black hat. Welcome to Tumbleweed Talks. I invite you to be partaking of my musings, ranging from finding meaning in life to our relationship with God and how we rise above the things that impact our lives. This video is the fourth in a series on faith and business, in particular about empowering servant leaders, a very necessary component of our world. I especially enjoy the empowering wisdom that's imparted in our Bible in 1 Timothy 6:17. We're advised, instruct those who are rich in the present age not to be arrogant or to set their hope on the uncertainty of wealth, but on God, who richly provides us with all things to enjoy. Wow. Empowerment is about unleashing the power within people. By definition, it is giving of official authority or legal power, promotion of the actualization or influencing of outcomes. Empowerment is based upon some combination of formal authority, coercion, reward, motivation, expert influence, or charisma. Formal authority is often the first form of empowerment we think of, such as the authority vested in a corporate CEO or a president. Ironically, just because someone is placed in charge of an organization does not automatically confer leadership upon them. This is why empowerment must be in combination with other characteristics in order to be transformative. They're not always neat and tidy and may be downright ugly. For example, the coercive leader is one that controls by dint of power over others, possibly by blackmail or even physical force. The reward type leader, on the other hand, uses incentives to exercise control, such as promotions or raises, buying your loyalty. And the expert is a leadership form that holds some special expertise over employees to exert control, perhaps a PhD or some other special talent. Charisma is arguably a key ingredient to leadership empowerment. As Max Weber noted way back in 1922, almost 100 years ago, he says, quote, "Charisma knows only inner determination and inner restraint. The charismatic leader gains and maintains authority solely by providing his strength in life." Regrettably, most of today's leaders recognize this intuitively and use what I'd call a spray-on form of charisma that masks their innermost insecurities. So still, the inspiration and motivation that can emanate from the charismatic leader can be very powerful. So whether an autocratic, all-about-me leader, a participative, we-oriented leader, or perhaps a free-rein, watch-it-all-happen style of leadership, empowerment must come from an inner strength or resolve that translates into inspiring people to accomplish goals. Yep, that's what it's about. It's about others. It's not about ourselves. As an empowered servant leader, you're equipped to influence outcomes by motivation, such as creating motive and intrinsic satisfaction, harnessing peer pressure, and designing reward accountability, and by building ability, such as inspiring others to surpass limits, investing social capital, and creating a facilitative environment. You are enabling a competitive edge. Think of how Christ was empowered by God. I look at the way he applied his empowerment to ultimately, think about this, influence billions of people worldwide for more than 2,000 years. I found myself ever inspired that he, a perfect stranger, simply told his disciples, "Follow me." And they did. They dropped everything. What was it in Christ that inspired these men to drop everything and follow him? Back in 1664, famed poet Anne Bradstreet said, quote, "Authority without wisdom is like a heavy axe without an edge, fitter to bruise than polish." Most of us would equate power with authority, and rightly so. History, however, is littered with tales of the powerful who were not fit to lead. In the case of the servant leader, power is not so much about might as it is developing and sharing a sense of purpose or meaning that creates value measured in significance toward uniting people behind a greater purpose. It is made more meaningful in a paradoxical sense by the humility that truly characterizes a servant leader. Think about true power as coupled with grace. Real power is the power that makes others powerful. In delegating that power, a trust is bestowed, and followers become the custodians of that trust. Trust, in this case, entails transforming knowledge, responsibility, authority, and independence to the followers so as to perform to the very best of their abilities. The leader has the authority that empowers everybody in the organization as united with a common set of beliefs, values, and ultimate purpose. This is not unlike the famed Scotsman William Wallace, who exercised the authority vested in him by his fellow clansmen in an inspirational transfer of power toward winning the battle. Think of the empowering language Wallace used to encourage his army against the arrayed British, finally focusing on freedom as a rallying cry. It was incredibly powerful. Recall his cry, "Freedom!" I suggest that power, real power, is bestowed by the consent of those who are governed. No amount of vested authority can substitute for the trust that followers place in their leader, who has in turn empowered those followers. You can bark orders all day long, but that won't make you a leader. Obviously, it takes a mindset coupled with a skill set that you develop over time. I believe it takes a powerful person to be an effective servant leader. Wouldn't you agree? Just saying.